Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha with Eyes Care Creations, and on my channel I am sharing with you my sewing journey. And in today's video I am going to do a really quick discussion or video on how I was able to redo my simplicity pattern, Simplicity 9679, in a sleeveless version, view C, and I'm going to talk through that process and let you all know how it turned out. So if you want to hear more about what happened during this make, continue watching. So thanks for sticking around. If you are coming back as a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my video. If you are new to my channel, I do thank you for tuning in, and I do encourage you to like and subscribe so that you will get different video notifications when I post new content about my sewing, my journey, DIY, and things of that nature. So again, this video, first of all, my previous video, I showed you guys a journey in making this for the first time and how it was a total, for me, like a Gordon Gartrell moment, like seriously. If you want to see the details on that video, go down and you can look at my channel and see where I did that just a couple of days ago. But I was determined to do it over again, and I'm so glad I did. I took the sleeves off of this simplicity pattern, and it turned out much better. And I am so happy about this because with much determination, I was able to get this done in one day. Literally, from cutting to sewing it up, hemming it, it was all done in one day. Now, granted, the pattern pieces were already cut from the other view I did, but being able to construct it, for me, that's a huge win because I'm very slow at my sewing process right now, and being able to crank out a shirt in just a day or a couple of hours is really like a great success for me. So I am happy about that. And yeah, I made this going into like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just determined. I really wanted to wear this shirt. I wanted to wear it for Valentine's Day. My initial thought was to make a mock-up, as I said in my previous video, and then go back and get some decent Valentine festive fabric from Joann's. I did not get a chance to do any of that, but I went ahead and just used what I had in my stash, and I did wear this outfit, or this shirt out for Valentine's dinner with my husband to celebrate the Valentine's holiday. Okay, so now we're going to get into some details on this pattern itself. So pattern details, and some of this was already in the other video, but I'll just really quickly kind of go over it again. There were 4 pattern pieces total for this particular view, which was view C, if I'm not mistaken. I did 7 steps to make this. I used this double brush poly knit I got from Joann Fabrics. It only called for narrow hems, a 5/8 inch seam allowance, a stretch needle, no notions at all. I did keep with the size 20 when I did this because I figured if it's a size 20 and if I needed to size it down, it would be easier to do that in just a simple like fitting, maybe around the sides or whatever. So I did keep with the size 20. I did not size it down at all. Now I'll get into my machine settings for making this shirt. So again, I kept with the zigzag stitch. That didn't change any. My length of my stitch line was 2.5. I did a 3 to a 1.5 width on the stitch. And just to experiment a little bit, I did use a black bobbin, and I used a golden yellow top stitch threading just to see what the difference was in terms of how I constructed this. And for the most part, because this print on here is so busy, you really can't see the difference in where the bobbin thread and the top stitch lie. So and then I did a tension at number 2. I kept the tension pretty low for this one. And I also used my regular presser foot. I did not have to go and change out, or I did not feel the need to go out and change my foot to my walking foot, because when I used this fabric before, as part of my Sewing Academy course, I used a regular presser foot, and it worked out really well. So I kept that the same. No changes there. All right, so did I have any challenges whatsoever when I made this second simplicity pattern? So I will tell you, not really. I really had no significant challenges. Only a few times, like literally maybe 3 times, maybe twice actually. My needle and my fabric got stuck in my machine, and that's only because I forgot to put the tissue under it before I fed it through. So that was really a user error and something that I just forgot to do. Oh, and then one thing I did, because I was actually sewing this up and I was talking with my daughter at the time, we were having a really great conversation. I accidentally, if you can see this line here, this open, this cutout here, I accidentally sewed this entire piece up. I sewed these fabrics together, and when I noticed it, I was trying to put the sleeves together, and I noticed that I had made this huge error here. So y'all already know what I had to go and do: pull out the faithful seam ripper, and I got busy, and I did it on both parts. I did it here, and I also did it on the back side. So on both of these, I had to go in and use my seam ripper to take apart the seams there. And that was a process. It was a process. Quite stressful, but I got through it. I did not poke any hole in my fabric, so that's good. I was a little nervous about that because sometimes when you use a seam ripper on a net, you tend to poke holes where you don't want to have holes, but that worked out pretty well. So for the most part, there were no challenges whatsoever in making this a second time. My next steps, I don't have any next steps with this pattern other than maybe I might, and when I show you the pictures, you'll see maybe what I'm talking about. I may, if I do this again, maybe for the spring or summertime, I might put a dart around the bust area. There was a little bit of gaping here. Yeah, a little bit of a gap when I put this on, but for the most part, it turned out really, really well. I was very pleased with it. And this neckline, again, is not as flushed on my upper part of my chest as I want it to be, but I mean, this looked so much better than when I did it the first time. So I am very happy about this make. And again, this came together in just one night. Thank goodness for that. And again, I only had to cut out two extra pattern pieces to get this done, because there's a different pattern type, there's a different pattern to make the sleeveless version versus the version that has the arms on it. So yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, I want to thank those of you who commented on my previous video, giving me some great suggestions on what I could do differently when I'm sewing with those thinner knits. Definitely one of the suggestions was to consider sizing down when I use thinner fabrics, when I use thinner knits. So that's something I definitely have to keep in mind moving forward. Yeah, so I just think this really turned out nice. So I want to thank you all for sticking with this channel. Thank you for watching. I have some pictures at the very end where I'm showing you me wearing my top out with my husband for our Valentine's dinner, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. And if you did, again, please consider liking and subscribing so that you will get all of my content that I post, my notifications of things I'm doing in this space of my life. And until we come together again, God bless. Stay tuned for the pictures.